Oh, okay. So I wanted to ask you guys. I kind of already did, like off air, but I think it would be a cut conversation because I'm always interested in this. Like, what's the album that like most influenced your style and music and what you like and or most influenced your life? Um, like it doesn't have to be like your favorite, like what you think's the best, just like what
Mm-hmm.
influenced you the most as far as
I don't have
you know.
one.
You you couldn't come up with like
A specific
I
album,
mean you're
no.
also
Didn't
the
you
I
younger
say
like
you are, the harder it is to
well, I
come up with
like
something
so
too.
much so many different styles and artists of music.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like have a specific like the best album I think is Harry's House, Harry Styles,
Mm-hmm.
but like or like a One Direction one or something.
Yeah.
But I don't have like from outside of Harry One Direction. I don't have a specific album. It has like different songs I like from
Yeah.
different artists.
I mean, I only found mine in like ninth grade. So,
Right.
what would yours be?
I guess it would be um like it's hard to just pick one thing, but I feel like one that has kind of stayed important or stood out more so than others would be Swampophilia by Indigo Girls because um I was exposed to that like in college, exposed to them. And ever since then, it's a really great album for like my sister and I to sing, or sisters and I to sing together with because of the
Mm,
harmonies and stuff. And I don't know, I love the style of music. I love their voices. And I love singing it with my sisters. So
mm,
I guess I would say that one.
nice.
Yeah.
Um, I'd probably say Juice WRLD's first album. Um,
Goodbye and Good Riddance.
yeah, I'm surprised you knew that.
Oh, look at you.
Well, I guess I told you before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a while ago. That was
it's like a week ago.
only
But
a week ago.
yeah, I probably like mostly is like the sound of that one. And it's like up there with like my most talented albums. It's not the best in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
but just like definitely most influential because of the sound, especially. Like that is an entirely new sound for music.
Yeah.
Period. Like he's mixing alternative rock
Mm-hmm.
and rap, and then putting singing over a rap beat, and sometimes rapping for real.
Yeah.
Um, just oh man, the sound of that really shaped my style and like in music,
Yeah.
because it for some reason like his songs and even like X and Suicide Boys and like Lavelle too, all the sound is so perfect to me that it sounds like I made the song. Like that's how I would
Mm.
describe what I'm feeling.
Right. Right.
Exactly that,
Mm-hmm.
just through the sound. Um, and another thing about that album is like every single song on there is on my playlist. Like
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
all I love all of them. And
Mm-hmm.
like on like there are other albums from him that I really like, but there's a few songs that I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not that good. But
Mm-hmm.
that one is like solid,
Every
every single
single
one.
one. Yeah.
And I was watching like a YouTube video about like he was gonna give it a rating, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying like it's not very interesting because Juice WRLD doesn't go. He has a not a very wide like
Like
uh
monotonous.
what not many other things to talk about, but I'm like that's not really in that album. He covers like drug use, heartbreak. Um, did he talk about being in love? Probably not, because it's a breakup album, and it's also incorporating how being that young and being into all the drugs with the breakup
Right.
affect just
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's other points in there that I'm missing that I'm not remembering, but I don't get that rating. I don't
Yeah.
understand, and just the sound alone doesn't that like get grasp you somehow?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, music, people relate to music differently, you know, so it can be
And
more
I kind of
meaningful
get
to you than
like
someone else.
having all girls are the same and Lucid Dreams on the same album can give like a tiring vibe of like breakup, because those
Right.
are I feel like those definitely hit harder as a on their own
Mm-hmm.
because I think yes, they're overplayed, but they're still classics to me.
Yeah.
Um, and I could see how them being back to back on that album would make it seem a little bit monotonous. But I don't know, man. It's a totally new view on music, and like
Mm-hmm.
he's just even if it's monotonous at times what he's talking about, it's still just describing everything in his life. Like he's just
Yeah.
what was he supposed to talk about other than your life?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather it be him talking about addiction and heartbreak and love versus Taylor Swift talking about nothing but
Mm-hmm.
heartbreak and love. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's talking about the real shit,
Mm-hmm.
like the real falling in love, the real heartbreak, not this like made up fantasy shit. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But yeah. I should go back and like listen to them like in the order again because I forget what it feels like to listen to them all at the same time because I
Yeah.
always do playlists and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but it's crazy how like it feels like I wrote the song. Like
Yeah.
it's just the sound is so perfect to me
Mm-hmm.
with all of my like top five artists for and um for like I think like one of the best albums probably be like Pink Floyd,
Mm.
probably one of theirs. I
Yeah.
don't know which one yet, but I mean there's that's just
Is that the
masterful.
dark side of
That's one of them,
dark
yeah.
side of the
Dark
moon?
Side of the Moon.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Either that one
pretty amazing.
or what's the one we listen to in the car? I can't remember the name, but that's also great
Yeah.
because it tells a story and the sound is absolutely phenomenal
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's great talent in with the instruments
Mm-hmm.
and the voice
Yeah.
and lyrics are like it's just yeah. I get how sometimes it can get a little bit monotonous,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're following the story and where it's taking you, it works. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And there's just those certain ones that are just bangers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
that's also kind of one of those sounds where it's like you almost feel like you made that, like you that expresses your emotion directly as far
Right.
as
Right.
because obviously they are trying to um show you like what being high is like and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you're sober, you can still relate to it so
Oh
much.
yeah.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like in your opinion, what's one of the best albums?
Of all time.
Yeah, like just one that you think it doesn't have to be like a your sure opinion, but just from what you listen to, what you're into, what you think is like the most talented.
Oh goodness. I'm not, like I said, I'm not, I don't think necessarily in terms of albums. I think about the artist or a
Well,
specific
what artist
song.
that you listen to do you think is the best out of like best in a technical way and just an impact with their image, as a person?
I'd have to, I'm not, I can't answer that on the spot. I'd have to think about that.
Yeah.
Um,
Like for impact as far as their personality, I'd say X
mm-hmm.
because of all his opinions on like law of attraction and all that stuff. And then out of the people I listen to, like my top 10, probably the best. It's hard to say because they're so different, but I would
Mm-hmm.
gotta go back to Eminem out of my list. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just he definitely is over the rest as far as
Yeah.
lyricism.
He's on a different level
Yeah,
of talent.
and even like his sound too is super
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
interesting and
Mm-hmm.
it gets you in a vibe. You know.
Right.
All the songs are very different from each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That pretty much is a sign of any artist I like is their
He's,
songs sound different each
they're
one.
not predictable.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I was listening to one of the Suicide Boys albums.
I was gonna say, I feel like I don't know a lot of their songs, but I don't know the names of a lot of their songs. But they just have such like a different sound.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like just for themselves or just for each song.
Both.
Right. Because like they have a lot of different sounding songs and those are the ones that are on my playlist.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you listen to an album, it gets to kind of a little bit sounding the same, but it works because it flows.
Right.
You know what I mean? Um, yeah. Yeah. But I was thinking like if I were to make an album from like my own music, I think I would make it like every song is a different style,
Mm.
so you don't really know what to expect.
That's like
Right.
my album.
Yeah.
Like,
Because I want to.
My like my mix, my
oh,
playlist.
your mix, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
playlist.
Yeah, I like the variety too.
Because I feel like I have to. I can't show all my different messages in the same sound. I
Mm-hmm.
have to have different sound for each message I'm trying to convey. Because
Right.
all comes from what I listen to and how I express the stuff through listening. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I'm kind of thinking about trying to make a song myself, but I don't know if that's gonna be a super cringy or like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, an album.
If you
Okay.
ever try to do that, it gives you a new appreciation for people that write music because it's
Yeah, I'm like okay at freestyling. Like I can
really
not like necessarily on the spot, but just I guess I should say freestyling, but just writing down a couple of like I'll be in the car. I was in the car with like Contrarian, Jave, and Hazel going come back from the mall and just like oh that's a good line. I should write that down because
right,
I'm
right.
listening to music and I'm thinking about what I could change
Mm-hmm.
their line to
Mm-hmm.
to fit my life,
Right, right.
and that's how I come up with stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have to have a beat to like a yeah like a song that I can follow that pattern
Mm-hmm.
of like chorus. Like
Mm-hmm.
I cannot come up with like a melody. I'm so bad at that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that gift, but I can lyricize within a melody. That's
Right.
already, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.